Hi, Stampin' friends. Welcome to the Joy of Stampin' with Rachel. I'm Rachel Coon, and today is our Fun Fold Friday. We'll be making a really fun Hannukah card that is the shape of a star. Go ahead and hold my flip, and we'll get started. All right, I hope you guys can see everything okay. I have to apologize. We are working in shadows today, so don't mind some of the dark spaces you might see, and I'll try to make sure that I hold things up nicely so you can see it without my shadow of my hands there or the glare from the light from above. So I apologize for that. The sun is setting earlier, so I'm losing my daylight. So, all right, anyway, welcome to Fun Fold Friday. Today, we are making a special card that I've never made before. Well, this is actually my second Hannukah card. Stampin' recently came out with this amazing Celebrate the Miracle stamp set that has these great images and sayings that goes along with Hannukah. And living here in California, I've learned a lot more about the Judaism traditions of Hanukkah. And today, well, yesterday was the first night, and today is the second night of Hanukkah. So we thought it'd be fun to make a Hanukkah card. If you do not celebrate Hanukkah, you can use the same fun fold in place with any other stamps that you may have. But if you are, be sure to order the stamp set from my online store using the Hostess Code in December, and I'll send you some extra Happy Mail. And you can visit my online store using any of the links below or using that from the sign above. All right, so Fun Fold Friday means you get to comment, and one lucky person who comments between now and midnight gets a chance to win the card that I'm making in the video today. So please comment away so that way we can see your thoughts and know you're here, and I could just feel like I'm getting to know you better throughout the comments. All right, let me show you this amazing card. This one is kind of tricky, so we're going to do kind of a couple things of how to make it, some tips and stuff, but it is so cool. I did a little bit of Stampin' here on the front. It says Happy Hannukah, which they have two different sayings for, which is kind of cool, but there are, like this is more of the more modern, and this is more of the older version. I could be wrong. And that's how you would say it more with like a thicker Hebrew accent. And so that's the way it's spelled. So I love that it has multiple options in this set. And then for this card, we go ahead and do a little bit of pulling because we have it tucked under. And then we can open up to the inside to show our second stamping says Sending Love and Light with the star behind there as well. So super cool fun fold. Oh, let me show you how to close it back up. So we go, it doesn't matter which, well, it does matter for the 1, 2, and then we'll tuck this top one under. When we don't have the stamped spot in the front, then it doesn't matter which order you go into because it's all a star. But since that one's kind of covered up, you have to do that one last. Okay, let's set that aside so we can see it, and let me grab some things out. I'm going to do the stamping first, and then I'll show you how to make the actual cut for these folds. All right, so let's grab this deckled rectangle is what we're using for our, circle. That is a circle, not a rectangle. That we're going to be stamping on for our Happy Hannukah. I'm going to go ahead and grab my foam mat to make sure I have some nice even stamping. And then we are going to grab a couple sayings. So it has it on this stamp set that the Happy and the Hannukah is separate. So you can do it in different colors and sizes. However, when I placed it on my block, I went ahead and put them together. So that would do one inking, one stamping. It's pretty awesome that way. And then we are going to stamp that, but I did like to stamp our little menorah first. So this is a nice little circle menorah. I'm going to go ahead and use the Crushed Curry as my color. I'll open that up and get it nicely inked. Okay. I'm going to do a practice one because I haven't stamped at all today. So I'm going to do a quick, make sure it's clean. Looks good. Looks good. Right center, place down, lift up. Ooh, turned out nice. Okay, for that one. Actually, we do need to keep, well, we will do some more stamping later because we need to do some more cutting for the inside of our card as well. So we'll keep that handy as we get ready to stamp again. Okay. Next, let's go ahead and grab our Night of Navy ink. And let's grab that saying, the Happy Hanukkah. So I'm going to ink that up. Oh, I got my thumb in it, so hopefully we won't do any transferring. You see right there. I'm going to do a quick wipe. Okay. I'm going to carefully have it going over. I'm going to make sure I get my H's on there and kind of get that centered as much as I can. And then press down. Come straight back up. Perfect. That one turned out really nice. The secret is make sure we get that menorah pretty high. Okay. Put our ink away for a minute and let's get our paper trimmer out. I'm going to demo this on a piece of basic white printer paper only because it's really hard to see the Night of Navy on the video, so I wanted you guys to be able to see what I'm doing. First, what I've done, our end piece is going to look like this. It's going to be a triangle, and it's going to have 2 score lines going all around it. And to get to that point, though, we need a square. This measures about 8 1/4 by 8 1/4, and we're going to make a triangle out of this. So what we need to do is go over to the center and find where that is. I like to use my paper trimmer as my ruler as well. So half of 8 1/4 is 4 1/8. So I move it right there. I grab my pencil, there we go. I was going to say, which I've misplaced, and I can make a line here. You can do the whole thing if you want or keep it even. It's up to you. Then from here, what we're going to do is I'm actually going to turn this upside down because on the other side of my paper trimmer is where I have a 0 line on this part of it. So we're going to use that because I can't get it so you can see enough. And I'm going to come in and I need to measure 8 1/4 because this is going to have equal sides of our triangle here. So I'm going to take my corner, let's see if you can see it through the shadows, the corner right there, the tip, so that's touching the bottom. And I'm going to go over here, I'm going to try to find the 8 1/4 on this line. So I'll move it until it meets the 8 1/4 where the line hits. So here's my 8, then my 8 1/4 is the next big dash. There's my 8 1/2, 8 1/4. So that looks pretty good. I'll take my pencil and then I'll just do a quick trace line or a pencil line there. Then I'll turn it and do the same thing on the other side and rotate it so it's at that 8 1/4. Make sure that is down at the bottom. And if I did it nicely, it should be the same measurement there. And then use your pencil. And then you either use your paper trimmer to cut that straight or use your paper snips. And then that's when you would get this fun guy. You do the same thing for the inside. So here you can see where I've created my pencil lines for my triangle here. And I'm going to grab just my paper snips. I could use my trimmer as well to cut this out, but I'm going to use my paper snips and trust that I can hopefully go fairly straight, right? And this will be the inside basic white for our triangle inside our card. You can either erase your pencil lines or flip the triangle over. I'm going to opt to do the flip and not worry about erasing. And now we can stamp this guy. Okay, let me open this up again so I know what my stamping is supposed to look like. There we go. So I want my triangle is going to go up this way. I'm going to do the sending love and light first, and that's going to be in that Night of Navy again. We'll grab our ink. I'm going to grab my foam mat one more time if I didn't lose it. Yep, found it. Sneak that underneath. And if you're worried, you can double check your measurements by looking at your other triangle. So last time I was like right on the money. So we're doing pretty good there. If I needed to trim this, I could always put my paper trimmer and make it a little bit smaller too. So don't be stuck on the size. For this one, the size, I'll have those measurements over on my blog as far as how to make that inside one because it is a different size than the triangle here. Okay, let's do the sending light and love. We're going to ink that up. and try to go where it's going to fit the longest amount, right? We don't want to have it up here because we want to lose some of our love and lose some of our light. We don't want to lose that. So go where it's going to fit. It's about halfway. Oh, it turned out perfect. And we're going to grab our star. Our star is very, what's the word for it? It's colored in. So there's a star that's not colored in. Let me show you those two. So you can choose what star you want. This one's just an outline. This is a color in one. I'm choosing the smaller of the two, but because I'm doing that, I need to stamp it off because I don't want it to be like super dark like our cute little menorah is. I want it to have a little less color. So what I'm going to do is grab a piece of basic white. I'm going to ink it up. Or scrap paper, I should say. Piece of scrap paper, stamp it, and then come over here and stamp over my words. There we go. It's very subtle. If you wanted the brighter one, you could totally do that. And that would look cute too, but it's just harder to read. So that's what the inside's going to look like. Okay, now we are ready to show you how to make the rest of this. I hope. Let me grab one more thing. There we go. Okay, so what I did with our triangle that we cut out from that, like that basic white we had, is here's my outline so you can see. Like I said, it's easier to see on basic white than it is on this 90 navy. I have this triangle here that we created that was 4 1/4, so I made it a 4-inch base of a triangle. And then for this one, we measured at the halfway point. So I went half again of that 8 1/4 is 4 1/8, and I marked with a pencil, pencil, pencil. Then we did a score line from one to the next. And then from that score line, I turned that in my paper trimmer, and I went 3 centimeters. I know it's a weird one. It's easier for this one to say centimeters than it is to actually say it's like 1 and less than a 1/8. Like it's a weird measurement. So 3 centimeters over, I went from that score line to this one, and that will create our fold in for the star here. And luckily for you, our paper trimmer has both. So I will show you on here what I did without a glare. There we go. So here's our 3 centimeters. So you see it's like 1 and, what is that? 1/8 maybe? Something like that. It's a different, it's not a right exact measurement. So 3 though centimeters, and you just look here and it measures up perfectly that way. Okay, grab your bone folder, and we're going to use it to help us with our score lines. So we start folding in that triangle, then crease it down, folding in this triangle and creasing it down as well. And you can do it like I did all at one time, like a circle, and then go back through, or do it all at one setting. So I like to do a little, and then because I need to like fold that one back again. So it's nice and flat, and you're starting to see how our star is becoming a star with these awesome score lines on this triangle here. See? Looking great, looking great. All right. Lastly are these pieces of DSP. So this one, what I ended up doing was making a triangle template. I measured it out and it wasn't quite the right size. And so then I just trimmed down a little bit to make it so that would be a size that I would like on here. And then, so you can see on the back side where I went like halfway on that one. I was trying to measure it out. And then this one doesn't have anything because I just used a template after I found the size that I wanted. Play with these, measure this out, see how thick you want your border to be. It could change depending on if you're using those centimeters or not. So grab some liquid glue so we can glue those down. And this is amazing paper. It's a specialty paper. So you saw on the back side, our paper is usually double-sided. This one is not. It has that white on the back side, so I didn't feel too bad for covering up. Let me make sure that I have that mostly centered. Hold on. There we go. Sorry, off camera, I need to fix that. I feel like this triangle is not a happy triangle. Hopefully the other ones will be. So I might have to do some extra trimming here. You see how it's not lining up? We're going to call it good and just keep on going on that one. We'll just keep it going. Luckily, the Night of Navy is very forgiving, and you can't see that it's completely off. Let's see if this one turned out better. That one's looking a little bit less crooked. There we go, and our last one up here. Like so. Okay, we have those glued on. Again, mine are coming out really crooked, so I'll figure out those measurements a little bit better, hopefully, and help you out so you're not as crazy like mine. Let's go ahead while we're here, glue in our Sending Light and Love. You can use liquid glue, you can use the char tape. I'm going to use liquid glue just because I need some wiggle, but I'm just doing it on the outline. And then I'm going to go ahead and stick it right in here. And that's looking pretty good. The test is if you can actually close it. If not, then you need to trim that down. But look, oop, my triangle can go inside of it. That's good. That's a good sign. All right. Now what we need to do is close the star and add our Happy Hanukkah to the front. So to close it, we're going to start with any side that you want. But I like to start with the left one, and I place that one down. And I place the bottom one down over that one. Grab my bone folder, get some extra creasing love here. There we go. And then we're going to place this one down. Again, I might need some bone folder strength. This one. Let's get that crease a little bit better. There we go. Hopefully that did the trick. Okay, left, bottom, this guy here. There we go. And then we're going to tuck this top underneath here. So here it is on top of it. And it wouldn't close right if I just left it like this, right? This would always pop open. So we tuck this under by lifting it up lightly and putting it there. Boom. Now we've created that awesome star. And we just need to attach our Happy Hanukkah. What I like to do for this one is I kind of place it there to see where I want it. And then I say to myself, you know what, I need dimensionals, 2 of them right there. And I used the mini ones earlier, so we're going to use them again. Just 2 mini dimensionals right here on that Specialty Designer Series paper. Remove the backing. And then place that right there. Cute, cute. It's kind of in the center, so it covers up that until we open it up and by pulling it out there. It's looking great. For this one, I did add some of these pearls. I only have these large blooming pearls left, which I think we could try it. We'll go ahead. We're going to put 3 pearls on here right underneath our Hanukkah. My tip is to use your paper snips or your take a pick tool to help you pick these up because they're tricky. And I like to start center first, so underneath the U and the K. And then space it out as evenly as you would like. I just kind of eyeball it. Not a perfectionist. And these are definitely handmade cards. Okay, and there you go. We have this great looking Hanukkah card, Happy Hanukkah, with that fun star fun fold, where it's created an easy way to pull that out and open up to see our inside greeting. I hope you guys have learned something new and give this a try. Again, multiple holidays, how to use a star. So if you don't have that, celebrate the Miracle Amazing stamp set. That's an online only item. Then you can use whatever stamp set you have to finish this project as well. Have a great weekend and happy stamping, everyone. Goodbye.